Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Ramir. I wanted to have a slight discussion with you. I wanted to talk about hypnotism. Now, I'm not here to hypnotize you. Maybe I am. Okay, but I want to explain a little bit about hypnotism. So, hypnotism is perplexing someone. Okay, from what I understand, I know the creator of Mesmerism, hypnotism, was Anton Mesmer, and it's etymology for mesmerizing, and so the term of hypnotizing is taking somebody out of a regular state and putting them into a hypnotic state. And so how possible is that? You know, it possibly occurs throughout most of the day. I'm sure that marketers use jingles and other things to use a signpost to make a memory of things we should take into consideration to remind them. So these are hypnotic states as well. But some hypnotic states are kind of overtly hypnotic, and so another way that hypnotic states, hypnotism can be used is through classical conditioning. That's granting punishments and rewards, consciously or unconsciously, to certain situations in exchange for certain actions. So when we're requesting a certain request, we're expecting a certain action in response. And so we interact with one another, and the actions we give, they either complement us and then we follow through and execute the action, or we avoid having the action because we don't fully come to terms, we're not harmonized with it. And so these things occur throughout the day, usually when you wake up, when you eat breakfast and lunch, dinner. They all have something similar about them that is hypnotic, that we know, we're familiar with that time. And so it automatically syncs that these are normal things to do during those times. And so when we hypnotize somebody to do something out of those terms, we can use classic conditioning, punishing, rewarding, to make someone want to do an action or avoid actions. It could be a negative action and something rewarding to make them do it. It could be a positive action and punish them so they won't have it. And these things could be hypnotic. Another thing is in mesmerizing was using an animal. Mesmerism was to use something very fearful to keep somebody in a state of panic. And so you might get a sense of, you ever heard of metamorphism, or some type of metamorphic state, when you transfer one psychology out of its soul and put it into another? Metapsychomorphism, or metamorphism, something to that extent. And so what it is creating something, a state, maybe a jingle, something to remember, or making you think of something, to have a full pursuit motor task memory of it, so you can think of it as it was happening, and going within those pursuit motor memories and making you happy or sad, or thinking within it, or taking it out of your state and putting it into another state. So as you're thinking it and you're replaying it in your mind as if it was occurring, and it's making you feel emotional, a rewarding and conditioning punishment could be occurring during those times, or a reenactment of that scenery can be thought of and produced to the person in the middle of thinking these thoughts. And it happens throughout the day, and this is what we go through. Some people